Hi, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm in Covent Garden in London and I'm coming to Henrietta Street, which is actually pedestrianised, so you can see that it's been closed off. And we're going to have a look at Ave Mario, which is the most Instagrammable restaurant in London. So let's go and check out what it's all about. Now this is one of the most famous Italian restaurants in London, not because of the food, because of what it looks like inside. This is one of the most Instagrammable restaurants that you will see. So if you go onto TikTok or Instagram, you will see thousands of posts of this restaurant. So we'll have a look at the interior, but the main thing today is to check out whether or not the food lives up to the actual interior. So let's go in and see what it's all about. There are no menus. You get a QR code that you scan with your phone and that calls up the menu, which is pretty modern. And we've got some tap water in probably one of the funkiest tap water bottles that I've seen. So if you're coming here, definitely order this because it's free. Okay, so there are two options on the menu. You can use the QR code and that gives you the full a la carte menu, or there is a set menu. So you can have two courses for £23 and you can also have a dessert. Now, I've actually gone not with the set menu, I'm going with the QR code because they do a special pecorino carbonara where they actually make the pasta in the cheese. So we'll have a look at that in a moment. So I've ordered that. It is for two people though, and comes in at £19 each. And I've also ordered a pizza, which is an Nduja sausage, and that's coming about £15. So here is the signature dish of Ave Mario. This is the Grand Carbonara. Saw it made in the pecorino wheel. It is going to be more cheesy than standard carbonara because it's been made in that cheese. So let's have a taste and see what it's all about. It's really nicely presented. There's quite a lot of it. It's quite densely packed together because it's been spun in that wheel. So I don't really want that much as my first bite, but let's get going. My initial impression is quite al dente, so the spaghetti is quite al dente, which I think is nice. That's the way it should be. Quite creamy, quite cheesy, really good first impression. So let me eat this and then I'll come back and tell you what I think afterwards. Okay, so the pizza has now arrived. This is the Nduja sausage with onions, buffalo mozzarella, and it looks good, nice and thin. Let me just pull a piece out, have a little bite. Okay, so my first impression, it's nice. It's not the best pizza I've ever had. It's a bit chewy, but pretty tasty. Let's have a go. Definitely chewy. It's a good pizza. Yeah, let me eat the rest of it and then I'll come back and tell you exactly what I think. So one of the other things that this restaurant is famous for is its lemon pie, which you can see is absolutely amazing. So there is a very thin slither of lemon at the bottom, and then you can see we've got this enormous meringue. Now interestingly, they've given me a very small spoon to eat this with. So let's dive in and see what it's like. I'm not even sure that this spoon's going to make it all the way to the bottom. There we go. That is a really good lemon meringue pie. I have to say that if you're coming to this restaurant, You should definitely save a little bit of space to order one of these. I'm going to eat this and I'll see you outside. So here I am at the end of the meal and I've got a doggy bag. They've actually given me a nice box and a genuine bag, which I think is always a nice touch. So what are my overall impressions of this restaurant? Well, inside it is absolutely phenomenal. I think the atmosphere is great. It was really busy, really lively. The way the tables are set out, everybody's got their own individual space. They're all little booths. So I think they've designed it really well. It looks amazing. The bar has apparently 3,500 different bottles and it is incredible. So some great photo opportunities. The toilets were weird, but good. But overall, really nicely designed, really good restaurant, really good fun. So if you're coming to London, I definitely recommend it in terms of the restaurant itself. So what about the food? What was it like? Well, I ordered a pizza and the pizza was decent. It was nice. It had some good flavors on it. Caramelized onion, andouja sausage. It was good. It looked good, quite impressive, quite a good size. In terms of the taste, well, it's not the best pizza that I've ever had. And I've had quite a lot of pizzas, so I do have quite high standards. I'd probably rate it 6.5, 7 out of 10. So good, decent. I would definitely have it again. If I came here, I would certainly order the pizza again. But not my favourite pizza in London. You can get better pizzas than this. In terms of the carbonara, it was a good show. I enjoyed watching it being made. It was quite nice. It was presented well. It was really nicely done in the actual dish itself. In terms of the taste, it was quite al dente. And when I say that, it was a little bit too stodgy for me. I like it a bit lighter, my pasta. The cream sauce was nice, but a little bit salty. And I think the pancetta that they put in, either it was too salty or they'd added a bit too much salt. So I didn't finish my whole portion. It wasn't something that I wanted to eat a huge amount of. It was okay. Again, I'd probably give that a rating of maybe 6 out of 10, maybe 6.5. So not huge, but decent. One of the highlights of the meal was the pudding. The lemon pie was phenomenal. The amount of meringue on it, it looked incredible. So it was quite outstanding when it came to the table. One thing I would say about it is the ratio of meringue to lemon probably wasn't quite there, because after 4 or 5 spoonfuls, you're thinking, I've had a lot of meringue and a lot of sugar and not a lot of taste, because it's not that tasty. But it looked great, and I definitely recommend ordering it if you do come to this restaurant. But overall, I think this is a great restaurant. I would definitely recommend coming here. The food is good. It's not the best in London, but it's good. But the atmosphere is 10 out of 10. I think the location and everything about it is really fantastic. So I definitely recommend it if you're coming to London, but just don't have too high an expectation in terms of the actual food.